All right, so today we got a crazy one with two male feminists on, Fatty and Ali, what they call the untouchables. Salute to them. It's a good one right here, man. The big dogs will stand up against the female feminists. Well, they say they're not females, but ain't no telling. I don't know, but they feminists. Let's go hear what they got to say about this.
Let's play Fatty's game. Let's say most women are marrying men for their money. Okay,
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Large demographic of women.
I didn't say that.
You did say a large demographic of women.
No.
So,
I didn't say that. I said that they disregard things like righteousness, honor, responsibility to go
For
after
what?
the man with status. The man with
that's the same thing.
No, one second, please.
Semantics, bro.
It's not though, man. I mean, there's a little truth to it, but I don't think all women do that. Of course, we can't say all. It's not a blanket shaming, but I think we're slowly going to that way of the thought of a man being righteous, the thought of a man actually being good, and the thought of a man actually having principles. That's always being outweighed by just status and money right now. I mean, the guy can be any rapper or anybody that thugness type of dude that are going towards the culture. They're getting picked over the noble guy that's actually a Christian and actually just want to do right by a woman. That doesn't really it's slowly getting there, but it's not 100%, of course. But it's slowly getting there. I don't know what the future holds, but it's getting there.
Let's go
It's a
after.
waste of time. You're stopping me to stop that. You're stopping me to play a semantical game.
I
So
said
whatever
go
you're saying,
after. I didn't
regardless,
say that they get him.
Fatty, whatever you're saying, for argument's sake,
Okay.
I can feed it. I'll give it to you.
You
They're-
didn't consider
they're
all
doing
you
of that.
changed my words.
They're just dating the winners, whatever that means. Cool.
Yes, dating is not marrying, right?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
My point is this:
Yeah.
the vast majority of men, whether they have money or status, when you talk about them in regards to a relationship with a woman, they are ill-equipped to be in a relationship with a woman emotionally.
That doesn't make any sense. How you gonna blanket them? Of course, he's blanking and saying that men are not well equipped. What are you talking about? And when he says well equipped as far as emotions, this is the retardedness of it. You always put in a realm that however it's supposed to be as far as a woman, that's how the relationship's supposed to go. No, why does he have to be able to bend to be so emotional to be like a woman to see how she moves and be reciprocate whatever she does so to make the relationship better? Why can't she be able to tone down her emotions and get on his path? This is a thing that's been really misconstrued now, that you think that whatever he has to do, he has to go tend to the woman and be emotional or whatever they mean as far as emotional and tend to her and not caring about how the man is. It doesn't make any sense. But this is what happens when you become a feminist.
They're not equipped. They don't do the emotional labor in the relationship. They're not regulated. They don't know how to process their emotions. Most men lack.
That's a lie. That's a lot. Men regulate their emotions all the time because there's a lot of men that hold back from hitting feminists, hitting other men, hurting other men. So they hold that back all the time. If you're a natural man that actually has healthy testosterone higher, you'll understand what type of physical things they want to do throughout the day. They want to do a lot of things, especially with somebody like me. That's why I work out so much. I gotta get that testosterone out. I want to fight light. I want to do certain things, but I have to hold my emotions back and can't do it. So he's really wrong about that.
Communication skills, like so on and so on and so on. So most women, when they date a man, they are going, I know he's going to be a work in progress. I know he ain't going to even be anywhere close to fully maturing till he's 40 years old, right? And he's 25 right now, or he's 27 right now, or he's 30 right now. I know that he's not going to get there right now. I don't expect him to be there right now. But does he have the potential? And that's what most women date men based on, which is a detriment to most women, because most men don't realize their potential in reality. And that's why a lot of women in droves are abstaining from dealing with men altogether.
Ali.
He's not making any sense. So she's going in saying that he's a work in progress. No, women go in because they try to change men. Doesn't mean just because they have a work in progress, they think that they're trying to change them because they like changing things. That's a problem. That doesn't make any sense. But if you turn around and say, "Oh, men go into relationships because they're trying to change," it's a work in progress on her. I'm sure he wouldn't say that because women are perfect in his eyes. This is very telling. Very telling. It's one sided. It's very one sided.
This time, no, please, I promise.
They're
No,
bums.
no, Ali, I promise. Ali, I promise you. Two questions, quick questions, okay? And please don't filibust because you are talking for 3 minutes, okay?
So
If women are dating bums, are most women bums? The average in every single, 1 second, in every single race, men are out turning their woman. This is a fact. White woman, black woman, Latino woman, Asian woman.
about
If
what
you are
Africa.
calling men bums, are you telling that women are bums too? Because most of these men on average earn still more than their counterpart. Answer that without filibustering
That's
for
true.
1 minute because I have a second question.
most women and men, when they meet, make around the same amount of money, Fatty.
There was another question.
Not the
That
question
that
at
was
all.
the
You
question.
called men bums.
That
And
wasn't
I'm
even-
asking you
And
called men
also,
bums.
hold on,
and I'm
and I'll
asking-
answer your question even further because
Yes.
because I never called him a bum based on how much money he made. I was saying most men are bums as I was meaning it as people, and that's fair. You're thinking I was talking about money. That's fair. That's fine.
So what
I'm
are you talking
saying
about?
So they're bums too.
most men, but let me be very specific though, just so we're all on the same page. Most men are working class, low middle. I'm talking about when they first meet.
Yes.
Low middle class to below that people. Most men 25 years old they ain't making no money. 30 years old they're not making no money.
Duh, so what? I mean, I'm trying to. What's the point of that? They're not bums because they're still kids, young adults trying to make money. Doesn't make you a bum just because of money. This is the problem. You're setting a stature of or a standard for men, just like women do. The way that they're turning and making men have to be. That's why men are trying so hard to be able to be something that they're not, or they're trying to get to a certain dollar amount because women are starting to standard where you have to make 150K, 200K to actually be with someone. No, there's nothing wrong with actually getting with somebody, and he was correct about that. Most people around their 20s, they're both broke. So why is he considered the man a bum, but the woman's not? They make around the same type of money. They're both fairly immature. They're both the same. They're growing. She's growing. He had work to do, and he has growing and things that he has to work on. But he's just putting just such a standard on men that like the women are not. They're just perfect princes, and they're done. They don't need no work. They're just perfect how they are. That's where he's losing the battle. You could say sometimes men, some things he's saying is right about men. Some of it is, but you also have to say about the women. You can't just do that and just single them out.
Most men aren't. Most men and women aren't. And around that time, they make around the same amount of money. If you go
That's
look at the
true.
charts, men and women,
You're right.
they make around the same amount of money until they get married and until they have kids. That's when you see the split. When the women have kids and the men, and that's when you see the men start to make more money and the women make less money.
So women are bums too, right?
Based on that, sure, whatever. Everybody's a bum.
The second question
He's
is this, because this is I want to point out the crowd. Shout out to 1,000 people watching on both sides. I appreciate y'all. So this is what
And shout out to them.
is actually happening here, right? Look at what this man did. Most women date average men, so they are not after the men with money and resources and status. Most men date average-looking women. That doesn't mean they don't want women with big titties and big asses and pretty faces and Victoria's Secret models. If most men could get their way, they will literally go to the look status because it's what women complain about it. I'm going to be loyal to this man for 20 years, and once we get to 40, he's going to replace me for a woman that is more beautiful, as the titties are on the place and all that. So what you're doing is, once again, is a tactic to deflect. Just because you don't get something doesn't mean that you don't prioritize something. I can be honest with myself and to all the men watching this. Most men will put looks on a pedestal. If you look like Bernice Burgers, an average woman that has righteousness, is a good cook, a good cleaner, she's going to have an uphill battle. But now all of a sudden, when I say just because the woman doesn't get that man, doesn't mean that she's not chasing the high status man, the man with money, you want unfortunately nod your head and say, you know what, Fatty? You are wrong. Am I wrong about it? Just because you're chasing something doesn't mean that you're going to get it at the end of the day. Do you really think, and this is my question, if this woman could get a high status man that has the money, the clout, the resources, let's go with the popular Michael B. Jordan, do you think most of these women wouldn't bypass every single thing to actually be with that man instead of choosing the good man that is a baker?
What?
Answer the question, please.
What
I
the
don't
fuck are you
understand the
asking?
question. I ain't
Would a
gonna lie.
woman date Michael B.
Hey,
Jordan?
bro. Hey,
He had
this is
access to Michael B.
That was
Jordan.
I rock with Fatty, but sometimes it's like he throws like 4 different questions at once and then statements all together, and then he tries to get the person to answer it. It's a little annoying. But I rock with untouchables. I rock with Fatty 100%. But everybody got to work on something. Some people will say my camera's a little bit off, or my speech is a little bit off sometimes. Everybody has to work on something, and I'm gonna progress on it. I'm gonna keep getting better at it. I'm just pointing out something else that he may have to get good at. Because sometimes I'm like the public defender on this one. Like I don't know, I don't understand the question. It's like it's a lot going on.
long ass monologue. I don't even
Hey,
remember
what
the
are you,
question.
look, bro? I'm so tired of you mentioning celebrities ever change. Do you want to date Michael B. Jordan? I don't give
No,
a fuck about
okay,
Michael B.
okay,
Jordan.
so let's do this. Let's do
Can
this.
we live in
Let's do this.
reality?
Let's do this.
Bring
Let's
it
do this.
into reality,
No, it's
Patty.
fine. Let's do
Into
this.
reality.
Let's do this. Let's take the celebrities out. Let's take the celebrities out of it,
I don't
right?
know.
There is a baker making $50,000. Honest man, righteous man, respectful man. He does everything, but he's $50,000. He's average. And there's this high-profile man that is a YouTuber like public offender making $700,000 per year. And he has the profile, he has the looks, he is 6 feet tall, all that, but he's not righteous, he's not responsible,
Yeah.
he's not honest. Which man is going to attract most women in the female population? Is the guy that has no righteousness, no respect, no nothing, but has all the other accolades, the money, the status, the looks, or is the righteous man that is a baker, and even though he's the best dude around, he only gets $50,000? Which man are women pursuing in mass?
They have to be honest with this one. This is a clear question, and they're not picking the baker. They're not. They're gonna pick the guy with the status. It's just how things are slowly going towards. Now, it's not a monolith. Not all women are doing this, but it's slowly getting to that point because social media is just so big, and when you're able to see so many high-profile people or people with status or people doing certain things, of course, people are going to crave that. I.e., the women, they're going to see that. They see this man is buying this woman Gucci bags or something like this, and they're infatuated with. Most women are infatuated with social media. They're gonna try to get that in their normal lives, so they're not looking for the righteous person. Not all of them, but I would say the majority. They're not looking for that regular guy. There's a lot of UPS workers and state workers and trash men and all regular, the blue collar guy that's making good money, got good benefits, all that stuff. They're usually not looked at for marriage or long term for the majority of women because they want the ballers. Most of them, not all, not all, not all. For real, it's the truth.
The kind man.
Really? Are you serious? Really?
What would you want his income to be if you're going to be a stay-at-home mom?
Like 300,000, anywhere from 70 to 100K.
I would have to say 127.
Ideally, my husband needs to be making
Okay, my suspicion she's gonna say 175.
250.
250. Let's find out.
ideally 650,000.
Yeah, see, that's wild. I mean, they had a few good points. That's why public is a little bit of a liar on that. See, he has to learn that it's okay to be fair. I know you're pandering to the women, and that's your thing. That's how you getting down right now. But you gotta tell the truth sometimes, man. It doesn't defeat your argument or nothing. It's just you being fair. Most women are not gonna go for the nice guy. Not most of them. They're not. Some will, but most won't, bro. And you have to start being honest. Until you start being honest and not pander and just want to get clicks and try to just be one-sided, you're gonna look crazy. And Fatty, you my boy, but hey, you made some points too. But shout out to y'all guys, man. We'll see you on the next one. Salute to everybody. Appreciate y'all for liking and subscribing. See you on the next video.